So you're looking to order your first activewear or sportswear collection off of Alibaba, but you're confused. You don't know where to start. You don't know how to make sure you don't get scammed. How do you verify that the supplier that you're working with is going to give you a great quality product? How do I go through the process of engaging these suppliers, finding the right one, communicating with them effectively, telling them what I want, and going through the process from start to finish so I can get a quality product in a reasonable time frame? Step number one is to refine your search. If you're looking for something specific in mind, let's just say seamless leggings, you have to understand that not all suppliers create all types of products. So narrow down your search specifically into the product category that you want. Filter through verified suppliers. Verified suppliers are going to be suppliers that have been independently verified by Alibaba. You want to go for verified suppliers who have also transacted before and also maybe have signed up for the trade assurance policy or the guarantee with Alibaba, which means that when you transact with them, if anything goes wrong and it goes outside of the guidelines of the trade assurance policy, you're going to be covered. You want to make sure that they have a 90% positive success rate of over 4 stars or more, and that these are written by real people and not just bot accounts. How can you tell if they're written by bot accounts? If you get multiple of the same type of comment over and over and over, then you can rest assured that these are bot accounts. Step number 2, and this is the most important step. Once you've shortlisted the suppliers, reach out to them in a professional way and definitely show them what your requirements are. Specifically, you want to show them your requirements through a tech pack. What is a tech pack? Well, think of it as a blueprint, a construction document that tells the factory exactly how to make your product from A to Z. It's essentially a complete document that gives the factory every step of the process that they need in order to execute the product correctly. Once you send them the tech packs, allow around 24 to 48 hours, if not maximum 72 hours, for them to source and to get back to you with a clear breakdown of the items, specifically giving you a price quotation that may either be FOB or DDP if you specifically required it and you're in a country that facilitates DDP shipping. So what's the difference between FOB and DDP? It's basically the price that they give you. Does that include the delivery and the duties and taxes, or does it just include the product itself? Sometimes what suppliers might do, if they have a lack of understanding of your project, is they might give you a very, very wide range. They might give you 2 or 3 different price quotations depending on the availability of fabric and how that aligns with your minimum order quantity. My recommendation would be definitely get at least 3 or 4 different quotations from different suppliers. What you want to look for is a quality of communication, a professional company that is who it says it is, that has quality feedback and reviews from additional customers. Number 3, and never skip this step, is order samples. Now that you've given them a tech pack, they're going to be able to create samples for you. Typically, in my experience, samples can range, and this is a wide range depending on your experience with the specific supplier. They can range from anywhere between $50 a sample, which is like around 3x, 4x the unit price, all the way to around $200 a sample, depending on the specific product, depending on the specific factory. And I've had some experience with factories that have charged us around $150 a sample to create a phenomenal sample that really hits all the marks. It's the correct fabric with the correct details, the correct trims, and the correct sizing. And they've gone through the process of reading the tech pack, expanding on the tech pack, creating their sewing pattern, going through with it with their technicians, troubleshooting any issues that they see that come up. All of this takes time, effort, and labor. There's the system that I use in order to test out whether a sample is to my liking. Number 1 is going to be the fabric. I'll make sure that it's the correct fabric as per the tech pack. Number 2, the feel. I want to make sure that it feels smooth to the touch. It's high quality. It doesn't feel. Number 3, I also want to make sure, does the garment function as intended? Does it have the mobility, the stretchability? Is it too tight on the hips? Number 4, the overall finesse, like the actual details of the garment. Those details are key. When you turn the fabric over, do things not align correctly? Are things miscolored or mismatched? That's going to be the finishing there. Number 4, now it's time to order the bulk order. So you've created the sample, you'll update your tech pack with your sample feedback page, and we'll have a version 2 of our tech pack with images, with feedback, with adjustments, and maybe we'll put a timestamp of when these adjustments were made so that there's clarity. And now we want to get a commercial invoice. They'll send us a commercial invoice. My recommendation would be, do not assume that the packaging is included. It's not standard to include packaging in a unit price. So ask good quality questions. Ask, is this included? And then once you receive the commercial invoice, you have a much clearer understanding of your price breakdown. Now that you have the commercial invoice, place a deposit. Standard deposits range between 30 and 50%. as you start your relationship. If you're working through Alibaba, make sure you can pay through some sort of trade assurance payment system, which is typically it's escrow. That way, if you have any issues, you're able to submit a claim with Alibaba and you're able to get that money back. Here, assume that the shipping or assume that the bulk order time is going to go through essentially 3 phases. The dyeing phase first, the pre-production phase, and then the bulk production phase. Dyeing phase is essentially once you place an order, they'll essentially order the bulk trims, the bulk fabrics, they'll dye them, that's around a month. Then you have the pre-production sample that's going to be created based off of your adjustments on the prototype sample, and they're going to essentially using the bulk fabrics, they're going to be creating a sample for you in the color of your choice. They'll ship that to you, you'll give a final approval, and then once you give that final approval, the bulk cutting and the final quality control all in for the bulk production phase. That's where you might see a difference between one supplier and another. Depending on what your needs are and what your minimum order quantity is, one may be better than the other. That's up to you. So what's my top verdict on Alibaba? Is it the right place to go for your activewear and sportswear needs? It's definitely hit or miss. In my experience, the best suppliers that I've had the pleasure of working with are the people I've met at trade shows. I cannot recommend and say this enough. So you need to find the right people who are going to take the time to invest into you and see the potential in your growth. Definitely, you're going to engage a bunch of suppliers. You're going to get burnt a couple times, but make sure to minimize that by ordering samples and by taking it slow and only working with people who are verified. Well guys, that's it. That is a wrap on this episode. You can check the link in the description after one-on-one consultation calls every single week, and I'd be more than happy to hop on that call with you guys. I say this from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Fittdesign TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.